Hi, my name is Caden McGeckran, and I am interviewing Chuy Partida.
My name's Aiden Ranny, and I'll be behind the camera.
What brought you to Nantucket?
Just like most immigrants, work, bettering oneself. And my older brother,
Yeah.
he got a job. He said, "You graduated high school. You need to get a good, steady job. You're coming with me."
Yeah. So, were you born in Nantucket?
No, I am not. As you can tell, I have an accent. I am. I guess I'm not. I'm just an immigrant. I am originally from Mexico. I immigrated to the United States, specifically to the state of Washington in 1991 when I started high school. I was 16, a little old for a ninth grader, but because I was a first time non-English speaker, I was placed in ninth grade.
So, what do you like about our community here? Like,
I like that it's international.
yeah.
I have so many friends. Every time I meet somebody, and I know that they have an accent like I do or a little different, I always ask, "Where are you from?" And more often than not, I'm very surprised that I meet somebody from another country that I know is on the map, but I had never met before. I've met people from Morocco, Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, Portugal. It's just about, if I was to do a check for every country, I think I would say I'm a third of the way to meeting somebody from every single country.
Yeah, it's
I
very
love
nice.
that. Yes.
What do you like to do here? Like, what's your favorite thing?
Um, at the moment, I can't wait until the weekends because during the day we work so much that there's no free time. But on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, I get to go to the Boys and Girls Club and play sports. I work part time with the Boys and Girls Club with teenagers. I wish I could have more time to work during the day with regular non-teenagers.
Yeah.
I like that other kids, international kids, there's Nepalese, Salvadorians, Brazilians, kids that they need something to do, and they need somebody they can relate to. And when I show up at the club, um, somebody always comes up to me and says, "Hey, I am new here. I'd like to do something fun," and the club offers that. And it's not just for the international kids. I've been coaching in Nantucket since my son was a kindergartner. Now he's graduating, so that gives it about 13 years that I've been coaching on Nantucket soccer. I like that the community has trusted me with this activity. I love all sports.
It's really nice.
I've coached volleyball, basketball, but mainly soccer. And because people really just, Nantucket is very welcoming, and the parents are very attentive to offering an option to their kids.
What was your most important memory that you ever had, like that you could share?
Well, coming to the United States is very important.
Yeah.
But once we arrived in the States, my two older siblings and myself, we kind of stood out. And the teachers and principals back in the state of Washington, they saw something, and they wanted us to be more involved. Um, my sister was the class president in the first year we arrived. When she would be okay being in the spotlight, and she was right away. She opened up a bunch of doors for us. We traveled to Washington D.C. as representatives of the state of Washington on our second year, and so that was like eye opening. We got to see the Capitol. So many different places. We saw the Declaration of Independence. It's amazing. This country's base is so it's amazing. It's just that was the like the beginning of one's understanding of what the democracy is about. I think it stands out to me. In the long run, I was able to gain citizenship. I can vote. I voted every time there's an election, either local or nationwide. And I think I provided my part to a democracy. I do try to put my best face forward so that people can see what immigrants provide. Imagine this country, to me, it's built by immigrants, and I want to do my part. I don't want it to say that in this century immigrants are different than the early immigrants, the founders, because there's the it's a I don't know. I might not be seen as good as the first immigrants were, but I like to change that the state of mind of some people. Because doors close on us, it's very easy to just give up, but that is not what somebody who already has something in mind is gonna do. I couldn't go to a college right away until I had my papers. But in the meantime, until I got my papers, I had to work. A person shouldn't give up. If there is something, if there's work to be done, we need to go find it.
Yeah.
We need to help out in the community. Even though there's no time, there's no car, there is a way to do it. There is back in Washington State, there is apple orchards that are filled with apples ready to be picked, but not enough workers. What happens if they don't get picked? The little bit of apples that don't get picked, that get picked, are gonna be twice as expensive. So we just that's our contribution.
So how's your family doing nowadays? Are they in any jobs or?
Yes, I have in Nantucket. I have a sister who is amazing. She gets so much done. She's a member of community, and she'll help. She'll drop everything to go help on the next activity that the town is asking her to do. My brother is he does well. He's a landscaper. He owns his own company. He owns his own house. I have my two sons. They are members of the school. They're members of the community. They hope to go to college. My wife works. She's an American citizen. She is amazing. And I think we're well on our way to be part of Nantucket. We hope to be here and help as much as possible.
So do you have any sad memories in your life?
Oh yes, leaving my hometown was hard. We were basically told suddenly that we were leaving for the United States. And from one day to the other, we packed everything of value we had into one truck. And 9 of us siblings in the back of the truck. My mother, my father, and my older sister in the front. And there was so much crying. Except me. I chose to grab a piece of ice and think and just chew on it so I wouldn't break down and cry. An immigrant has to leave basically everything behind. All the promises of growing up and being part of a town, it's basically erased, and you have to start again from nothing somewhere else. it's not an easy decision. So that was sad.
Do you have like any like happy moments?
Yes, um, when I got married, um, my wife took me to her family reunion where they showed me how their family first came to this country. They arrived at the Mayflower, and there's traces of their ancestors in all over Plymouth. 5 different families from their first generation are settled in Plymouth, and they added me once I got married to their family. They added me to their family tree. Now there's a small branch in their family, and my sons are there as well. We do not have that privilege back home because for whatever reason, those who came to our side of the world, they just simply seem to have denied us that ability to trace our ancestry. It's easier now with science. It's I could easily, pay $600 and find out where my relatives came from. I have vague idea that I'm French descendant, but I'm very proud to be a native of Mexico. Well, this has been very nice. Thank you
Yeah.
for your kind questions, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your answers too.